What's up, guys? Today I will be playing Spell Chess, which is a new variant of chess that has come about through the collab of Supercell and chess.com. So now chess has freeze and jump spell, which completely changes the mechanics of the game. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna play a game, then do some analysis. I definitely don't know everything, so I would love it if people commented and could share insights with me, and hopefully you take something away from the video. So it'll be fun. All right, we've got the white pieces. That is a large advantage. Against this, I like to do little check. Some people don't know how to respond and immediately get checkmated. So you get some free wins like this. I'm sure 1630 will probably not get checkmated in 3 moves, but some of them do. I think that move actually loses, so that's fun. And it doesn't like literally lose immediately, I don't think, but it's pretty close to just lost because the queen just comes out, and I don't think there's anything they can do because the king has to come forward. All right, let's look for checkmate. Is this checkmate? This looks like checkmate. Well, that was a pretty easy game. Not all games will be this easy, but sometimes you get lucky, I guess. Opponent is not sure what to do. Oh, they gave up. Well, that was fun. So that's a little taste of the trap. All right, so let's jump into this analysis. So we start the game off with e4. Another option is e3. I think those are the two best moves, as they allow the light squared bishop to develop as quickly as possible. Light squared bishop is one of the best attacking pieces, especially early in the game. Almost everyone you play will start with e3 or e4. So the opponent develops their pawn to e6. In response to both e6 and e5, I like to play freeze on b8 or b7, and this forces the opponent to either move their king, which obviously that's great for us. Like, they can't castle the rest of the game, and we had just traded a freeze spell for that, and the king is also now stopping two of their best pieces from developing and attacking us. That's great. So I don't think that's a good way to play. The opponent played there, which obviously lost very, very quickly. So what they should have done is they should have frozen our bishop, developed their bishop, and this is a counterattack on our king, which forces us to defend it in some manner. Moving our king is a bad idea, in my opinion. So pushing the pawn, the c pawn, or advancing the knight to c3 also could make sense. I like pawn because it comes with tempo. So in this position, most players will play c6, and this forces our bishop back to either c4 or a4. I think the lines largely transpose into each other if the opponent plays what I think is their best move here, because then the bishop should then retreat back. The reason that I like pushing the pawn in, as black does here is it actually weirdly opens up their light squared bishop, because even though there's pawns blockading it, there's jump spells. So the bishop here, that's actually covering squares around our queen, around our king, such as e2 and f1, which can be important. Not that that should be the follow-up move, but it is. It does actually allow the light squared bishop to activate. So in this position, black's bishop obviously is still hanging, has been for a couple moves. So I think the black's best move if you're playing this from black's side. I think that you should drop back to here as it pressures the f2 pawn, which is similarly to normal chess a weakness that can often be exploited. So in this position, I like to attack with the knight rather than the queen. So I like this move rather than this move because um, when the queen comes here, when the queen goes to f3, the opponent's queen can just defend the pawn. If they don't, and they do some random move like this, trying to trap our, not trap our bishop, but just attack the bishop for some reason, boom, we already win. So if the king takes, we just hop this pawn and win the game. So that is why it's critical to defend that pawn in some way. So let's say the opponent plays this. We then have a little bit of difficulty activating our knight. We have to go through this square. Knights on the rim are grim. I think that's a true saying, whether it's normal chess or spell chess. I don't really like that. And it seems like it's the only great way to build more momentum from that position, and it's just not that great. It's still much better for white, but I think that this is even stronger. So after this, um, I've seen this before. Um, so in this position though, you can actually go here, which is interesting because our knight is defended by this bishop. Because if the queen takes our knight, we take the queen. Obviously, that's great for us. So now we're actually threatening. Let's again make a dummy move. We're now threatening this because the king can't take, or the king gets taken by the light squared bishop. Um, so this is about as far as I want to analyze. There's a lot of ways that black could play, and I'm not going to pretend to know all the different responses to all of what black can do, but I like this position. Some ideas could entail bringing the queen to f3. It could be sometimes you even bring the queen here if you can try to pressure the if you can try to open the position. Sometimes this can be good. You can also develop like this. A lot of times you don't want to move the d pawn, but in this position it would be good because it comes with tempo, which is good, and you already have the c pawn in place to be one of the defenders of this diagonal for the king. Secondly, you have the option to castle. So like if they ever do manage to build up a strong attack on the king over here, you can just castle, and now they have to shift their forces from the middle to the side. Castling immediately is sometimes dubious due to the fact that this rook over here immediately sees this pawn. So like castling early is sometimes not a good idea as it is. It's not as good of an idea as it is in normal chess. So yeah, that's about as far as I want to talk about this game. That's a pretty large side tangent, but I have seen this position here probably about 5 or so times. It is a position that occurs. So hopefully that is informative. I think that's all I want to talk about for this game. Thanks for watching.